got this week?
Mike, you didn't get that text message I sent you a few hours ago?
No. Did you get a girl wrestler?
No.
Oh, come on. Look, you're getting all these hardcore. Every week we got these hardcore guys. They're all scarred up. They got Band-Aid. I told you get a female. Come on. We need ratings. We need something better than that.
Well, Mike,
You're getting these scarred up guys every week.
We got a female.
Okay. You said you didn't have a female wrestler. Who you got?
We got a female. It's not a female wrestler. We got Manda.
Oh, the announcer, the blonde girl from Canada?
Yeah, we got Manda.
Oh, why didn't you tell me?
Wait, she's right here.
Ooh, what an enchanting creature. Oh, finally. This guy's bringing me beat up guys every week. Hillbillies. One guy had a mask on, and you did good.
Manda, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Thank you so much for having me on. I know that you love the pain, but you got to have a little bit of the beauty to go along with that pain.
You're bringing us these hillbillies and two hillbillies, a clown, and a guy with a mask. Another one. All right, good.
Yes.
You did good this time.
We try. How's your day going?
Oh, it's going great. It's going so great. Hump day. So on the home stretch for the weekend, but it's a good day so far. What about you guys?
All good here. All good. No complaints. doing interviews, doing our thing. How about you, Mike?
Well, I went to dentist for a cleaning today, and the guy said, "Well, you got a little like not a cavity, but I want to put a filling up here." I'm like. They said it only take about a half hour. It was there 2 hours. There, oh my God, it was killing me. No, I mean, it feels good. It feels good. It was just a little thing, and I'm like, why did it take so long? She's like, well, we had a little trouble making something in there. I'm like, oh God,
you got to stop eating all that candy.
No, it wasn't that. It was something. I chipped something like I don't even talk about it. I'm all right. Don't worry about it.
You're good.
Did you get kicked in the face or something? Maybe chipped a tooth.
No, well, you asked me how did I go, and I'm like,
we need you on the interview on the podcast.
I was laying there, and she had this thing in my mouth and doing all this, and this is what I was thinking the whole time. I'm like, for this hour that I was there, she said it was gonna be a half hour, and I said, what would I be willing to do in my life for this hour to get my teeth fixed like that without having to do what she had to do, and the things that went in my mind. I'd be willing to do that. I wouldn't do it on voluntary just for that, but I would do it for that. Like, and there was some crazy stuff. Like I was thinking, like, would you be willing to stand naked on the side of the highway for an hour? Yeah, no. You weren't in the
that costs a lot of money.
She had her mouth in her thumb. They put this big thing.
Wow.
Like it was horrible. And she said, oh, it's not a filling. It's just a little. It's not a cavity. I just want to fix something here.
Oh, geez.
I'm glad you were able to make it.
I'm glad I had,
Yes, glad you're able to join us.
So, Amanda,
it wouldn't have been the same.
Oh, I know. He can't do this on his own.
We need like absolutely. I'll agree to that. Yeah, me and Gorby could take charge. So how did you start with pro wrestling? What was your introduction to pro wrestling?
So I used to go with some friends to just different indie shows around my area to start, and ended up meeting some people and becoming friends. And they eventually asked if I wanted to be a part of the show, and I said I'd never do wrestling. I'll get that out in the first part little bit there. I kind of just, I didn't see myself as a wrestler. And so they suggested doing ring announcing. And I was like, okay, sure. I've got a lot of like anxiety and stuff like that I deal with before shows. But to be honest, I just love the adrenaline and everything. So I'm so glad that I picked that part of the wrestling business. And I'm glad that like my friends kind of incorporated me into that and everything. But yeah, so like going to shows and just becoming friends with everybody, and yeah, they just kind of asked me to be part of it. So I guess they just seen how much I enjoyed it and everything. And
Oh. You said you
yeah,
didn't want to be a wrestler, right?
no.
But you come across as such an aggressive, violent person.
Okay, so
like you would.
I know what I want in life. I know what I want in life, and I can be kind of assertive about it, but I don't know. I try not to be aggressive.
No, you've got deathmatch wrestler written all over you.
I got so much of a, money face going on, so I don't want to hurt my face.
I think you'd go good against Mickey Knuckles or maybe Lufisto.
Ooh.
I'd like to match. How about that?
Oh, I don't know if I'd rank myself up there. They're pretty high up there, so.
Go aim high.
Yeah, you're.
That is true. That is true. But I'm very green when it comes to that. So I've always been into sports. I've always done lots of different sports. You name it, I've done it. It's kind of crazy, but the physical type of sports like that, I never really got into. I just I don't want to, I feel like, yeah, okay, I could get in there and I could do it. But as soon as I would to do something wrong and hurt somebody, I would feel so much dread and guilt in myself that I would be okay, I can't do this anymore, so to speak.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, that's why we don't do it.
So
yeah.
Your first day and you're doing announcing. You bring up anxiety. Did you have a lot of anxiety walking in there, knowing your first day you were going to do announcing?
So my first announcing event was a street festival in Simcoe, and it was 3 shows in one.
Oh.
So it was such a long event, and it was very nerve-wracking because I didn't really know anybody. I kind of knew them, but I knew them from the other angle, being a fan, so not behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
So just a lot of not messing up with the lingo and how to say things and when to say things, and it's a lot of you got to gauge the fans too, and it was a lot of nerves going into it. I didn't want to mess up, but they were very supportive. Everybody there was so supportive, and it helped a lot. And they say that as soon as you go out, you have all these moments of oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But as soon as you get out from that curtain, it's they're all gone, and you just feel that crowd, and your anxiety's kind of just gone. You go off pure adrenaline pretty much. So,
yeah. Look, the good thing about wrestling fans is when anybody makes a mistake, they don't yell out that you messed up or anything like that.
Yeah, they're a little bit easier going on female ring announcers too.
Don't be mean to her.
Yeah,
right.
So that street festival, was that for the SKM promotion?
Yes. That was with SKM. I did a couple of shows with them. When pandemic kind of hit, a lot of wrestling kind of died out around here. So it was hard for a lot of promotions to come back and everything too. So I haven't been with them since COVID has gotten better, if that makes any sense. So after COVID. Yeah. So, but yeah, I started with them, and that was fun. It was it was a lot of kind of guidance in the back too, in those shows, just because I was so green. I had no idea,
Really?
But yeah. So but a lot of people, I take it as creative criticism instead of being oh, okay, sure.
Oh yeah, no. You can't walk in there like that. Wait, so
no, God no. Absolutely not.
So you kind of went from, I mean, you went from like a fan and somebody kind of approached you and they like your look and they like your personality and said you would do good at announcing.
Yeah, like he's a
Okay.
friend of mine. He's been in the wrestling business for a lot longer than I have. His name's Christy Carvello, actually. I'll name drop. There you go. He started me into everything, and I give big props to him for getting me into it because I love being in this now, being in the community of wrestling. It's such a crazy experience. It's good though.
Oh, that's good.
What's his name? Christy Carvello?
Chris DiCarvello.
Christy Carvello. Shout out to Christy Carvello. Thank you.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah, thank you.
No, ring announcing is not easy because we got guys down here that are famous, like Larry Legend. He's a big name. And,
oh yes, yeah.
So it's hard, us guys that know the good ones, and then there's pressure on you to be like your own little gimmick niche.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then fall into it.
And then
yeah.
I give these guys credit too, because sometimes wrestlers will interact with the announcers to get their character up, and you have to be on the fly. You have to just go with it and come up with something, or else you'll just be standing up there awkward. So I give you guys, Larry Legend, Emil, all these guys, Bryce from H2O, credit for what you guys.
Oh yeah. Do. You just kind of gotta flow with it. You gotta like get into like how. Like it also helps too when you know the wrestler and like how their gimmick is to play off of them, how they're playing off of you. I do like when they kind of incorporate me into it and everything too. Like I know like they're the whole show, but it's kind of cool still to be incorporated, right?
Yeah. It seems to me like she wasn't like, I want to be a wrestler, and she's like. They wanted her, and she's like, okay. She's very humble. You seem humble that you just roll in the locker room. So the friend that got you into it, he taught you the ropes. Like, listen, this is a locker room. Do this. Don't do this. All the little like, don't put your stuff in front of her stuff.
Kinda, because like you also learn along the way. There's other people too along the way that teach you things. Especially like being like a girl, going into like different locker rooms with like people that you don't know, like you gotta like act a certain way too. So
meaning what? Like, explain like you go to another place and like you have to act differently than the place that you're used to, or
not like completely differently. Like you're still yourself, but like you're gonna be respectful, right? And just represent your promotions that you are in with too, right? You're going somewhere else, you're representing yourself, you're representing your promotions that you promote. So
you shake your hand.
You gotta be yeah, shake your hand, kiss the babies.
Hand.
Sorry?
They shake did they tell you to shake everybody in the dressing room's hand, all that?
Yeah, shake hands. Kiss the babies and the fans.
Okay.
So let's back up a little. Okay. You said you started you started going to shows as a fan. Growing up, did you watch wrestling on TV? Is there anyone you looked up to?
I actually didn't. I knew of wrestling from like people that like I would hang out with, or like my cousins that I would hang out with. They were very big into wrestling, always having like the Austin 316 shirt, or the Michael shirts, different Kane masks and stuff like that, like the things that they would sell and stuff, and figures and everything in the ring and stuff. So like I knew of it, but I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of it. I grew up more in a hockey family, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
As you can tell, we'll go this way.
Okay.
It's a Habs fan, my dad. So I grew up in a Habs fan family.
Oh, are you in Montreal area?
Yeah, sorta. Like I'm about 8 hours from Montreal.
My
Hmm?
cousin,
Sorry.
my cousin is a doctor from Greece. They brought him in, and he got his. He's a regular surgeon now in Campbellton. Campbellton is like way.
Oh wow.
It's way out there. It's like a small town in the middle of nowhere. That's where they sent him because he had to go where they sent him. Campbellton.
Well, yeah. Okay. Never heard of it. There's a lot of little towns around here, and they're just, everywhere kind of. So it's hard to keep up with them all.
Most of Canada's cities are right on the United States border. They're very close to United States within an hour. Like
Oh
Quebec,
yeah.
Montreal, all that, Vancouver. Like 95% of people in Canada live an hour from United States, so they're practically like us.
Yes. They do. Like a lot of the tourism and everything in like Niagara Falls. So, like Hamilton and Toronto are like one of the biggest cities in Ontario, and they're so close to the States, and it's good for like wrestling too. When our Ontario indie boys want to go down there, it's nice and close. I know a lot of Buffalo and New York and Detroit, Chicago, stuff like that. Ohio, we all go venture all super close, right?
Have you been to the United States?
I have not. Like I have, but not for wrestling. I have not. I would like to. That would be super cool. It'd be a great opportunity and experience, but I have not had that yet. No.
But you've been to the United States tours, like New York City or Buffalo or somewhere like that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I've been all down. Like Washington and Michigan and Ohio, North Carolina, Florida, down more like East Coast. I haven't been West Coast.
We go to all the big shows in New Jersey or Philadelphia or CZW. You've heard of CZW?
Yes, I have. I do like them. They're an awesome show to watch. Oh my goodness.
Right. Well, yeah. But so we're there. So we're close to a lot of major wrestling things.
For sure.
Nice.
So your first time going to a wrestling show, the pro wrestling show, what was your first experience like seeing all that stuff? It's totally different than as you said.
It is. So my first professional wrestling show was a Raw. It was after a Survivor Series. They came to Toronto a couple years ago. Off the top of my head, I think it's 2017. I think they came. I don't know. I'm not off the top of my head, but so yeah, I went to a Raw show, and it was so much different because like just watching the whole production of everything and how it all works, kind of like even when like the commercials are happening like on TV, the things that you don't get to see at that point too, just feeling the crowd and how loud everybody is, and like how like you can look over and you see somebody that's enjoying something so much that you're enjoying, and it's like, these are my people. Kind of
thing. What about small shows? How did you get into the small shows? How did you find out about small shows?
Some old friends and stuff like that used to go, and I went with them, and I just ended up enjoying it. So I pretty much more fell in love with it for the athleticism. At first, just being an athlete, right? And seeing other people being able to do that athleticism of themselves, I liked that part. And it wasn't until I started watching like on TV and getting like completely and utterly in depth in it that it was kind of sickening. But it was good, because like I got to learn so much more about it, and then I started figuring out storylines and how like stories are made out of it, and how it's kind of like a little bit of a drama series. So it's
okay.
Yeah.
See, I see how females could be attracted to the storyline, like the soap opera, like the novel thing.
Yeah.
Like, where us guys are more like, we like the wrestling. Like we you know what I mean? We like the rough stuff.
Yeah.
See how
Like I like that part too, being an athlete, but like I like the storylines too because then it's like it's kind of like it's interesting to watch, right? It's like they're like performing. I don't know. It's yeah.
So that first Raw you went to, if someone would have told you you're going to be doing ring announcing in the next couple years, would you have believed them?
No. No, definitely not. Not at all. I would have never thought that. To be honest, like I still tell some people, and they think, you know, they think they knowing me from before, they think it fits. They're like, yeah, that works. Like that, that works for you. But it's like telling people that they're like, wow, that's kind of cool, You get different reactions too.
Now, do you like the now, do you like the rough stuff? Like, do you like the flyer stuff? Do you like the women, the hardcore, and then you got the extreme violent one that we got here in the United States, like ultra violent, XPW, those where they're just bashing each other. What do you like? Which one do you like? What do you like to watch the most?
Okay, so I like all different kinds. So like I like the lucha flippy style. I like that kind that's good for certain people, right? Certain like wrestlers can do that very well and it flows very well. And when it's a good match, it works. But then there's also another side of me that kind of likes that hardcore violence, hit him again, The only thing that I'm not a big fan about with the hardcore stuff is like the stabbing, like the stab. I can't do that. I turn away for that part.
Really?
But yeah. I feel like I'm watching somebody that's like being murdered, and I should be going and stopping it.
Don't get involved. No, so you don't like if they when they're doing the light tubes. I don't know if you've ever seen that live. I don't know, like they have here.
Yes.
You've seen
where they're just. I've gone to hardcore matches with like the light tubes. I don't mind the light tubes. I don't mind like going through glass. I don't mind the barbed wire. I don't mind the fire. I don't mind any of that kind of stuff. That stuff I like. It's just the stabbing. I don't like the stabbing and like.
Out of all of them, the stabbing is the least violent.
I know.
Because they're really they're like you mean if they're taking a fork to them, they're kind of like like give me.
Yeah.
It's the gusset. What about gusset plate? You know what a gusset? You know the gusset plates?
Yes. I don't mind like when they do it like on their arms or their body, not their face. And like the scissors board where they have like the board with the scissors, like this kind of thing. That I'm like, okay, like do we need to like have a paramedic nearby, something with some extra UV and or IV or whatever.
Okay, but you watch that, so you're not opposed to watching that or being on the show with that.
No, like I've gone into watching IWS.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
Yes.
What about the Masada with the and Atticus Cougar when they take a handful of the wooden spikes and they into
the top of the head.
Yeah, you know
it's cool to see, but I'm like, oh gosh, it's not as extreme. So like, it's wood, right? Like, what's not gonna?
Okay, yeah, okay, but then don't watch the Slack Atticus Cougar match from XPW over the last weekend. Oh, your countryman.
Okay.
Oh,
thanks for the information.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring up, how'd you get into 365 Pro Wrestling?
My home base. I love 365. They're a lot of fun that I get to have every month. So what happened was I went to Alpha One show do you know like Ethan Page used to have a promotion in Hamilton?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he used to wrestle for CZW down, and I knew him from way back.
Yeah.
Not personally, but he wrestled like years ago in Philly and in New Jersey. You saw him, yeah.
Ethan Page.
Yeah.
I thought he had something. I knew he was going to go somewhere.
Yes. So he had a promotion, Alpha One, in Hamilton, and I went to a show, and with my son actually, because he also really likes wrestling.
Wait, you're saying a young boy likes wrestling?
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
I've never heard of such a thing.
I have no idea. So yeah, so he does love it.
Wait, next thing you're gonna tell me he likes action figures.
A little bit sometimes. He likes his Lego more.
I'm just joking.
So you went to Ethan Page's show?
Oh yes, sorry. Yeah, sorry. We'll go back.
Apology accepted. Man, the cat. Apology accepted.
It's okay. I get rambling on stories, you know. It just we do a couple detours and stuff. So yeah, so I went and watched the show Alpha One, and I'm gonna do another name drop. Lenny Lilac. He came and sat beside me, and we watched the show together, and we had a really great time. We talked and stuff, and he was actually at my very first show for SKM at the Simcoe show. So like I kind of knew him from there. So when he sat with me at the show, like we kind of like were just chatting and stuff, like we had known each other from before, and it was a good time. And then I think a couple of days went by, and he sent me a message and kind of asked if I would come and ring announce for 365. And I was like, yeah, of course, I'd love to. And ever since then, I believe it was January 2020. I did like a weekend show for them, and I had a lot of fun. And they asked me to come back in March, and then I went back and did another show for them in March, and then COVID hit.
Oh God.
But actually, luckily, during COVID, I was asked to do podcasts and interview some of the 365 wrestlers. So it was kind of nice because then I was able to like get to know them and still have my face out there and still be able to represent and promote 365 while everything was kind of shut down and stuff. And it was good. So yeah, and then I've just kind of been with them ever since, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, during COVID, you guys Canada was strict. They weren't playing around. We were running shows in warehouses all over. These guys didn't miss a spot. They were just going crazy down here. But you guys.
Oh my goodness, you're so lucky.
Yeah, Matt Tremont and all that. Everybody was running shows. They were running more shows than before, really.
Yeah, they were really running. Yeah, they were going out.
They had nothing else to do.
Well, here in America, we don't enforce laws, so we just do what we want.
Yeah, that's an outlaw.
You know, like hey, they're running our show. Oh, wait, there's a riot and a murder going on. Like, we'll get to the like.
We might as well run a show. Yeah, we were really strict up here in Canada, so like we couldn't have like anything. It was horrible. It was so bad.
I know.
So yeah, so we had to get like, you know, the wrestlers' faces out there, the promotion to still stay valid, and in the spotlight.
Well, that was good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the Americans came up. So was that fun for the Canadians? Did you guys like when Americans came up there?
Oh, whenever Americans come up, it's always a lot of fun. We get to show them, you know, some of our stuff that we can do.
Well, Casey Kirk came up, his wife.
Hmm.
Did you meet her?
No, I didn't end up going to the show.
Oh,
I'm not sure exactly what I was doing at that point in time, but I would have loved to have gone and seen. It would have been fun to have met, Tremont and Kirk and
okay.
sorry.
No, okay, that's good. Yeah, you'll meet him sooner or later. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. Or at least if I could go down to even New Jersey, because they run out of New Jersey, right?
Yeah, that's about an hour. No, about a half hour from Philadelphia. Yep.
I'll do a detour.
Oh, you want to go to
I'll
Cheese?
come to Delaware.
Oh,
Now that I know that Delaware is in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
Yeah. We're about an hour away from that H2O building in New Jersey where they do all the shows.
And
Yeah.
where we live in Delaware is where all the CZW big tournaments were. They used to come down to Delaware, and they still do.
Yeah.
DJ Hyde's farm where they have TODs is right there in Delaware, like 20 minutes down the road. Delaware had all the TODs.
Oh, that's awesome. That'd be so much fun. Did you guys go to those?
Well, yeah, I've been to every TOD. Yep. In fact,
Yeah.
the one where Sexy Eddie, I don't know if he's legendary, where he got cut in his arm and his blood was squirting out from his thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've seen that video multiple times, and I always want to vomit when I see it.
There's a story about that. That was 20 years ago. Do you know that?
Yeah, no, I know. I can't believe that though, because it doesn't look like it, but
Well,
I don't know.
the Canadians came down. Let me tell you a little history that. Let me tell her.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
The guy Manny had his own hardcore group up there. They knew about CZW. Those guys came down to be in Tournament of Death. What is Green Phantom?
Ninjas.
Ninja, Arsenal. He might not be wrestling. And Sexy Eddie. He was the best one. Most famous. They came down and they wrestled in this Tournament of Death. Put them on the map because they all went really hard. This is 20 years ago, right down the street. And Sexy Eddie in the first round, he went crazy, but he had his blood. He was squirting out, right? Like that, right? He wanted to keep wrestling. Zandig did not let him. They took him to the hospital. Okay. Zandig said, "We'll bring you back next month. People love you. You're okay." The rest of the guys, Necro Butcher got hurt later in the match. He got his back cut. I personally took him. He was staying at a buddy's house. I actually took him to the hospital in Dover, Delaware, where I live. And when we were going in, when I was going back then, before COVID, you could go around the hospital like nothing. Go in the waiting room, walk in the dressing room, whatever. They had all these little rooms. So I went into this area with Necro, just walked in with him. And Sexy Eddie was in a little cubicle next to that, right? And Manny, the promoter, was there. And we're like, "Hey, man, oh, man." I had never met Eddie until that day. And we're like, he said, "Yeah, I got Necro here." Like, but he had charmed all the nurses. If you notice his old pictures, he walked into that hospital with his trunks, his bikini trunks on, because he likes to be in gimmick. You know what I mean? And he went in there with his trunks and his boots wearing, and man, he sat there. They'd cleaned him up and they gave him a orderly schmuck. Like he was walking around with the green pants and the green, things like this. And they were loving him. All the nurses, well, first of all, he came in there with his, looking like a real stripper, right?
Yep.
As a nurse, the nurse, he told them, because you don't want to say you got hit with light tube. He told them that he was doing a bachelorette party as a stripper. She loves it. She loved it. He was dancing on a glass table and it broke. And he threw it and he cut his wrist. They believed it.
Oh, really?
They believed it.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. They believe that.
The promoter goes, "I'm glad I got this travel insurance for him." So we're sitting there, and at the end of the time, because he came in with, they're like, there's a stripper here. He's with his bikini, and probably nurses were all like, where? You know, because they're used to it. So at the end, they're all giving him hugs. All the nurses are coming up. Eddie, they're calling him by his first name, Eddie.
Oh my goodness.
Now you be careful doing that stripping. Watch it. He's giving them all. He's like, there was like 5 nurses. I swear to God, there was like 5 nurses that came to give him a hug.
Oh my goodness.
You didn't know that story. Isn't that crazy?
He just has that charm, eh?
Yes. He walked, and then they started bringing all you Canadian guys down here, and that's how Kevin Steen and Sami Zayn, Generico,
Yeah.
they made their name in CZW.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Frankie the Mobster.
Frankie the Mobster was another one.
Yeah,
a lot of good guys.
Anyway, that was a little story. It was long, but it was entertaining.
It's okay. I liked it. I liked that story. It was a good one.
Asked him about the Delaware hospital visit.
Do you you know Eddie personally?
No, actually, I've never met him personally. No.
But everybody knows him up there, right?
Sorry?
Everybody up there knows Sexy Eddie, right?
Yeah, like I know of him, but I don't know him personally. Like I've never met him personally or anything.
He was also the mascot for the Montreal. What's the Montreal football team you got there?
Yeah, Montreal Alouettes.
He was they had a mascot. He was also the mascot years ago.
Oh my goodness, that's so hilarious. I'm gonna have to look that up now.
He's done shoot interviews.
A lot of
yeah.
Good guy. Great guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about him. So
you haven't been around much.
Yeah.
So
he's a good guy.
Yeah.
No, I'm just messing around.
While running shows, what do you think is the most challenging thing? You run into a lot of challenges, like before the show.
Some challenges before the show. There's a few. So obviously, like my anxiety, like I deal with that. That's quite a big thing I go through. It starts pretty much as soon as I wake up. So, and I just kind of deal with it throughout the day. And, some of my girlfriends, they even ask me, they're like, if you go through so much anxiety, like, why are you willing to drive yourself to the shows? I don't know. I'm like, because I love it still, like, even with that anxiety, because I know that I'll be able to get over it. Also, too, like, a lot of the changes, because I get told things like 2 seconds before I'm supposed to like go up there, and like I got to remember everything that I had to remember before, plus then everything that this person, that person, and this person has already told me. So like you got to really like put it in, and like I do have cheat cards. Like I don't care. I'm sorry. I'm only a human being. Like I gotta have that extra security. It also helps my anxiety too. So like I can always like quickly glance at it, and then I just kind of like photographic memory sort of almost, so then that way I can just kind of go through it. But like also too, like a lot of the wrestlers, you get their info stuck in your head, and like you just kind of know it through repetition. So like I don't need to use the cards then, but it's always it's nice to have. But yeah, so like when everybody's telling me like things just before I'm about to go up, that's kind of nerve-wracking. Sometimes my outfit outfit malfunctions. Oh yeah, outfit malfunctions huge.
What happened?
So I'm a klutz. I am. I'm a massive klutz. I've just had like things just not work out, in my favor. One time I like, cause you oil yourself up to like look nice when you get up there and stuff. And I got oil on my dress, of course, and I couldn't get it out. So I had to put a sticker on my dress.
Oh God. That defeated the oil. You're ruining the dress. Defeated what the oil was going to make her look better. You're like, I'll go back to dry skin. Just give me the dry skin. I'll trade.
I know, right? I know.
I'll trade.
So like, luckily, it was a promotion sticker, so like, it was good. But like, it's still like, I was like, damn it. Or like your shoes sometimes too. Like that kind of outfit malfunction.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and also if you're on high heels, it's hard. That ring is squishy. It's easy.
Yeah, and like the guys are like jumping around and stuff, and you're like trying not to fall over and embarrass yourself.
Yeah. These are little things. These are little things that most people don't take for granted that that you do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's just like just different ways, like how the crowd's gonna react and stuff like that too. You never know how they're gonna be with you, so that can be kind of nerve-wracking too.
Well, have they ever done something to you? Like you are an open game when you're walking into the ring, so there's probably some drunk or weirdo that wants to say, I can legally get away with saying anything to her, like, "Hey, Blondie," or something like that. You're like, what have they ever said? What's been said?
There's just there's a lot of guys out there that they drink and stuff at the shows, and I don't know, they say random stuff, I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know, like I get whistles and stuff, and like, but like I kind of expect that when I'm being an announcer, right? I'm supposed to be like the front center's pretty person to look at, right?
Yeah.
You expect that.
Yeah.
It's just it's the ones that like when you're not in the ring and like you're walking around outside afterwards, those fans can get kind of unruly, so to speak. But most of the time, they're usually pretty good. So, like, I haven't had too many incidences, and most of the time, they know that there's like a whole locker room full of guys that would probably not like that all too much.
Oh yes, make the call. Say the word, right? Say the word.
Yeah. So, yeah, but like, luckily, I don't have to deal with it all too much. A lot of the times, there's really good fans there. They're there to enjoy themselves too, right? So they don't want to ruin the fact that they're there, So,
but
yeah,
the whistles don't bother you. Like I'm just trying to get in your head. Like if somebody starts whistling, like when you're coming, like you wouldn't do that to a girl in the mall, in the shopping. If you were in the store, you would never whistle to a girl like, like woo woo. You wouldn't do that.
No,
nobody would do that. Like that doesn't happen to you in the mall or a store, right?
No, God, no,
okay,
no.
But then it's like at a wrestling show, she's open game. Like I can whistle to her. I can be like, hey, man, or something. It's crazy that wrestling fans, it's like the rite of passage. Yeah, just do whatever you want. It's yeah, can I call her that? Yeah, she likes it. Yeah.
Like it's not that I like it. It's just the fact that it comes along with the whole gimmick, I guess, if you so to speak, right?
But you're making the fans react. See, so it. You might not like it, but if you come out and they don't say it, like,
I'm like, damn it. Well, you know what? Turn her on. Let's do it again.
Would you rather them be on their phone? Like, all right, Manda Cat's in there. When she's done, when the match starts.
No, and that's why, like, I don't mind. Like I'm not objective to it. It's not something that like it bothers me or anything because it comes along with it, right? It comes along with being the hostess or the ring announcer or whatever it is. And that's why I dress the way I do so that people can,
Yeah, my term for that situation of it goes with the territory.
Yes,
that's the term. It goes with it, goes with him.
Yeah.
The territory. Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. So like, but like you said, like I wouldn't want to come out and have like crickets, like it's happened too. Like when you go to like when I've gone to like festivals, like in other places, where like they don't know you and stuff like that. It happens. And like I don't care. Like, like I'm still having a grand old time. I'm having a blast and like that's like I want them to see that and then that way maybe next time when I come after intermission or something to the ring next time they'll be like, "All right," and they'll start cheering or chanting 365 or whatever promotion I am with at that point in time, right? Like I want them to be into it and like in order for that I have to be into it and like I feel like I have to get into like some sort of like a gimmick or a character or like a different person so to speak than who I would normally originally be.
Oh, okay.
It's funny you brought up some of the fans too, because over here, sometimes the fans get too rowdy, and some of the girls we interview, they always tell us, like they have, some weird people messaging them, or at the shows they'll send them flowers or creepy stuff, and I didn't expect that up there. I didn't expect that up there in Canada.
Yeah, it happened.
Hockey? You ever seen a hockey game?
You experience that a lot from fans, like random messages, like.
Yeah, you get those messages and stuff like that, but like I just try to like,
Yeah.
Me and Justin are banned from 4 different women's wrestling organizations for harassing the women wrestlers. We're not allowed in Delaware and Pennsylvania and anywhere in New Jersey and a couple in New York. Yeah. Inappropriate. Yeah, we're not allowed. Inappropriate behavior.
5 in Canada.
No.
Way to go, guys. Way to go. Less wrestling for you guys to watch now.
We're taking counseling classes to cut down on the harassing of female wrestlers. We don't do that. I'm down to minimal activity.
Minimal activity.
No, I wouldn't do. We don't do that. We're just joking.
Yeah, we don't.
I know. I know.
Mike, though, that's why.
Oh man, yeah. Most of the time, like I do, like if I get a message or whatever, it's usually like some people just saying like have a good show or good luck or nice things like that. I get a lot of support from like different people in the wrestling community that I'm friends with or I know and stuff, and it helps and it feels good and everything, and I appreciate all the love that everybody always gives me, so it's nice. But yeah, there are those messages. I just ignore them. Or I screenshot them and send them to my girlfriends and we all laugh.
What works good for men is if you tell a guy, my boyfriend just got out of prison and he's crazy as hell.
Yeah. Most of the time you don't want to mess with a deathmatch wrestler's girlfriend either. We're to the wise.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So your boyfriend is a deathmatch wrestler.
Yes, he is.
Oh, we're not being too crazy, are we?
No, it's all good.
I'm glad we're done.
No.
We didn't say that.
No, he's good. He's a good guy. So he's pretty chill.
Okay.
And that and being the girlfriend of a deathmatch guy, do you go to his shows? Do you enjoy the deathmatch?
I do. I do go to his shows. I enjoy them to a certain extent because I'm like, yay, go Kyle. But at the same point in time, please don't get hurt.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I don't want to have to go to the hospital and spend like 8 hours in the hospital later.
No, I don't.
Or like, sorry.
Oh, and I was gonna say, have you ever been to any match that you were like a little scared or a little mad that he did?
I went. We went up to Quebec. He wrestled for FM Louette in November, I think it was. Yes, November. And he did a 4-way hardcore death match up there. And there were some points in the match that I was like, oh my god, like I hope that he's okay. Uh, so he got like choke slammed on like a whole pile of fluorescent light tubes at the end. So yeah, that was, fun. And then driving back to the hotel, I'm like, please God, don't get blood on my car.
This interview is about you, and I don't want to get too much in the Kyle, but I want to say like a lot. He has a lot of. I don't know if he knows this, but he has a lot of fans down here. And a lot of people have requested him. They said, "Hey, reach out to that Kyle." A lot of people like him. Hopefully, we see him, in one of these companies around here, ICW, GCW, maybe even XPW. But he's definitely a lot of fans. A lot of fans down here. Thank you.
Does he want to come down to the United States, because it's a big scene down here? That would be the place to come, really.
Oh yeah, I know he does. I know he's antsy to come down there and everything, and I know that he appreciates all the love down there too. So all from him through me. Thank you. So yeah, I hope so. I'd love to go with him too. It'd be a lot of fun, and to be able to see him down there and support him down there and cheer him on, be his little cheerleader, and his cleanup crew after.
Oh, you help him
picking out all the glass and stuff from his back and stuff.
That glass. Look, I'm serious. Like, I get a little sliver in my step. Like, I break a glass at the house, and
I know.
I clean it up, and then you can't get it all up. There's a little piece. I'm talking like 2 pieces of grain of like tiny, and I gotta wipe it out. Like, guy, what's in it? I don't know how they do it. How do you get it out? Is it like
picking? Like I got long nails, so I was using my nails.
What about tweezers?
I didn't have there were a couple of pieces I had to get with like tweezers, but yeah, mostly like my nails and like the shower and I think it's hydrogen peroxide or something. I think.
Like
yeah. Right? Sorry?
You're like Nurse, Manda Nurse.
Yeah. I had to help clean them up. So that was about like an hour and a half of cleaning them up after. So I can't imagine. I'm horrible with dates. That's why I have a Google Calendar and a reminder that comes up all the time, because I forget everything.
Get a planner. They're about $3 at Walmart, and you got every day.
I would lose it.
I have a planner. I can't live without a planner. Really? Well, especially her being in the business, she needs a planner. Yeah, for sure. Planner.
Yeah.
Any advice? Yeah. Any advice for someone trying to get into the business?
Well, show your face, help out when you can, take advice when it's given, be respectful of your vets, pretty much just show up, and help out, and learn things, and when it's being taught, be a sponge, pretty much. When people are telling you things, just absorb it. Just get your face out there as much as you can. It helps, because the more your face is out there, the more people that get to know you, and as long as you're respectful and good and everything, it should be good. So I don't know any other advice really off the top of my head. Pretty much what I did.
Yeah.
So.
I
showed up, helped out, took advice, and respected my vets.
You seem like a easy person to get along. Manda Cat is the type of person like if you can't get along with Manda Cat, you can't get along with anybody. Yeah, really.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, she's horrible. She's annoying. And,
I'm the worst. What are you talking about?
No, she seems easy. Have you ever thought of being a valet? Have you ever done that? Coming out with your boyfriend or anything like that?
I think that'd be super cool to do. But I don't know who I would pick. I guess I would have to be chosen, so to speak.
You know, that Kyle come out with that Kyle with a monster drink. You know, pass him a monster drink.
But you got to
be cool.
You kind of have to have a little training to do that. I mean, I know you could do it like on a small show, but there is some like.
Oh yeah.
You got to know. So maybe you could learn and as you go for that. But the announcing is a good. She's actually with the announcing, you get the most. You're busy the whole show. You're not just sitting around, right?
I know. I'm constantly going. Like, actually, one of my promotions that I work for and stuff. Like a lot of the guys are like they also wrestle. So like they help. They like the fact that like I can kind of just flow the show along, kind of organize it, so to speak, so it kind of all goes to plan. So then that way they could just kind of focus on their wrestling and everything. So.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
One of the things we always ask wrestlers about, coming over here and eating, foreign wrestlers, the food. Is there, when you were down here? I know you weren't here for wrestling, but any American restaurants that you really like?
There's a couple. There is one though that I haven't tried, and I really, really want to try it. Is Checkers.
What?
Checkers.
Oh, Checkers is good. Yeah.
I've never tried it, and I always see the commercials up here because, like, we do have some American channels. And, like, I see commercials for, like, Checkers, and, like, that's something, like, I really want to try.
I've never been to one. I've driven by 100 of them. They've had them in Delaware, all over. I've never been to one.
They're usually in like bad areas for some reason.
Yeah, you're right.
They're always in. There's none in Delaware, but they're like in rough areas. But they're really good. They're like really good.
They are.
The customer service is always bad, but their food is really good.
Yeah, White Castle's the same. Ever White Castle?
No, that's another place I haven't had. I know, eh? I'm like, I should live a little.
Yeah. White Castle. Yeah, you don't have Wawas up there, do you? Wawa?
No. What is that?
Wawa. Shout out to Wawa.
It's so funny that she's asking what Wawa is.
It's like
no, it's not your fault but they're everywhere. They're where we live. Like if you're in Delaware, you can never be more than like 5 minutes from a Wawa. Like they got like three.
They're only in like the East Coast. The Wawas. Yeah,
I know. Yeah. But when guys come here, all the wrestlers love it because it's open 24 hours a day, and they all go in there and get their subs. I might get one when I'm done. We're done with this. So, but they're good, quick, fast food. It's not fast food, but it's like subs, chicken. You can get a little bit of everything in and out. Get gas.
It's really.
You could live in one.
You could survive. That sounds like a good place. I'll have to check it out.
Yes, and we got Cracker Barrel.
Oh, I love Cracker Barrel. Oh, so great. Yes, I have.
Where?
Yes. I'm not sure where. I went to Cedar Point, and on our way back, we stopped at a Cracker Barrel.
Oh, Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you like the Big Joe likes the gravy, the sausage. You're getting me hungry. You're getting me hungry. I'm gonna go get something to finish the interview. No, the gravy, their pancakes are good. Their syrup is in little jars. It's all natural.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all natural syrup. Yeah, they're hash brown potatoes.
Yes, so good. It's so good. I went there a couple times because we stopped there on the way there and then on the way back. So because I liked it so much we just had to go back.
They give you biscuits and a little cornbread too.
Oh my God, their cornbread is to die for.
I know.
So good.
You don't have them up there?
We have cornbread up there, but like only at like certain places. Like it's not a big thing up here.
No, Cracker Barrel. I know you got cornbread up there.
Oh
You got milk? You guys have milk up there?
no,
What about bread?
no.
I'm just messing with you. No, Cracker Barrel.
I know. No, not that I know of. Not that I've ever seen. I don't think so. I don't believe so. I think that's an American restaurant.
Okay, Cracker Barrel.
IHOP. Have you ever had IHOP?
IHOP, International House
Yeah.
of Pancakes.
IHOP is
Yeah,
good.
we have IHOP, but it's in Niagara Falls, and I don't think it's the same, to be honest.
Okay. What else?
Waffle House. I don't
Waffle House. Oh, Waffle House.
No, we don't have Waffle House.
Have you ever been to one?
No, I don't think so.
Get your little pad out and start writing. Wawa.
I have to check out all these restaurants, and there's a really good bagel place apparently in like Niagara Falls or New York or something like that I really want to try.
Einstein Bagels.
Something like that. Something. It's like really famous or something.
Right.
I don't know.
So you got it when you come down. You're going to stop at Wawa for sandwiches.
Yes.
And then when you go to Philly, you're going to go for cheesesteak.
Oh, cheesesteaks and good.
Oh, yeah.
Then you come to a wrestling show, and then you do what
All
you
right.
got. Then you ride up and you go to Cracker Barrel.
All right. That sounds like a great time.
In the morning, you go to Waffle House.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah,
then
Denny's. Denny's is
Nah.
good. No,
I
Denny's.
don't like Denny's.
I love
You got Denny's up there?
Yeah, we got Denny's up here, but it's all right.
Yeah. What else did they got? Did they need?
Well, just White Castle.
White Castle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Panera
Hmm?
bread.
Oh, what?
Panera
You don't
bread.
know Panera bread?
Oh, Panera bread. Yes. No. We don't have that. I think isn't that bagel place?
No, it's sandwiches. There's very like all natural,
overpriced stuff.
good ingredients stuff. A little
Okay.
pricey, but it's not so outrageous. You can eat there for like $12, $13. Good
Wow.
chicken, quality food.
I
soup.
think
Yeah.
Mike works for him. He's always promoting them. He's he promotes.
Do you secretly work for them?
No. I just go there a lot.
He promotes them.
You just go.
I'm in there.
You're just
I'm in this.
you're just like one of their like repetitive customers.
Yeah. I get. They slide me a free pastry here and there sometimes.
They do. He's not lying. They do.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But no, Panera, you'd like that. Panera, I don't know.
A lot of
What do you have up there that we don't have down here?
Oh man. We got like Boston pizza. Do you guys have Boston pizza?
No.
No. Kelsey's,
No.
Montana's.
No.
Oh, Pizza is like one of the biggest pizza places. Do you have Eastside Mario's?
No.
No, oh my goodness. See, we have so many more restaurants than you guys don't have. Those are more like bar and grills and stuff for like Eastside Mario's is a really good like Italian restaurant that's like a chain. They're all like real chains pretty much.
Olive Garden.
Do you have Olive Garden?
No, but I've gone to Olive Garden and I love Olive Garden. So I went to a Bills and Patriots game. I'm a big football fan, so
Oh, you like pro football?
yeah, I do.
Oh, Canadian football. Yeah. Canadian football is big up there. Football's
It's popular.
they got a different field and everything, but I've watched it. Yeah.
Different rules too.
Hey, wait. How did this turn into a foodie podcast? She started it with the Wawa.
I did. I'm sorry. We ventured so far off.
So, what do you think about the NASA space program?
I told you, I'm a talker. We'll get talking into the most randomest stuff.
Do you think the Ukraine war is gone? What do you think of that?
Oh,
I don't know. What about Trump?
no. Keep the politics out of here.
Joe Biden, our president.
No politics. It's bad. Politics is bad enough in wrestling.
Okay. Well, no, where we live is our president Joe Biden is from Delaware.
He is. Yeah.
Really?
In fact, he lives like his house was about 45 minutes north of where we live. Joe Biden. Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
He put Delaware on the map.
he did. He did. I mean, people. Yeah, well, people know.
Except for me, because I didn't know where it was.
Yeah, it's so weird because everyone else we've done interviews with are from America, but once you go over that Canadian border, it's like a different world up there.
Oh yeah,
But it's still.
It is.
I'm the same
It
way.
is.
I'm the same way. I don't know anything about Canada, to be honest with you.
No.
No,
Do you know what's the maple leaf
I don't know.
signify?
I'm not sure. What does it signify?
What does "O Canada"?
It's
What song is "O Canada"?
I don't know.
God.
It's Canada, yeah. It's about our freedom.
I was a big Avril Lavigne fan growing up, and I know she's from Canada.
Oh shoot. Yes. Yeah, I was a big Avril Lavigne fan. Yeah. And also, we have some really good Canadian wrestlers that have come, or some good wrestlers that have come from Canada, like Jericho. I do love Jericho.
Bret Hart,
And Omega, Bret Hart,
Edge,
Christian,
Lufisto.
So many. There's
yeah.
many that have come.
Tony Robbins. Oh, the whole Hart family.
Yeah, all the Harts.
Yeah. It's a big history of
It's a
wrestling.
big-
Yeah, it's a big. It was a territory back in the day, in the 60s
Yes.
and 70s. The Montreal territory, the Toronto territory, the Chic.
Calgary.
Yeah, it's a big history of wrestling. Yes.
Mhm. Yeah. They used to do a lot of wrestling at the Stampedes in Calgary and stuff. Like the Hart families and stuff would do that and everything. And yeah, I went into the Stampede, but they didn't have any wrestling when I went, so I was a little upset about that. But it is what it is.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say the 365 promotion. I have to say, every time I click on them, you're always on their page. You know, they're promoting you. Do you have a lot of upcoming projects with them? I know that's your home promotion, but you're doing.
So like I'm there every show. We do a show once a month. Like our next show is April 29th. Our last 3 shows were sold out, and the crowd there is just
Really?
the whole entire time. They're just so hot. They're just like, they're into it. They're like chanting, and they're just like, they're just so upset. They're always into it. It's such a great crowd. I feel like we need to have a bigger venue. But
that's good. You're in a big crowd.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. So our next show is April 29th, and that's in Guelph, at the Red Chevron. So it's a lot of fun. I kind of like grown into 365, and I just kind of, I don't know. I appreciate everything, that they do for me and how much they promote me.
Oh,
they do. Absolutely.
Yeah. I like every time they do, before they like post it and stuff, like I get sent it, and I'm always like, oh my God, like I can't believe that they just want to, put me out there so much. I love it.
Well, you're easygoing. They like you.
Yeah.
Do you have any merchandise? I mean, most announcers wouldn't sell merchandise, but I could see you selling. Do you sell anything?
I have promo pics, yes. I don't have like I've gotten a few done. I need to go and get more. I'm very choosy with my photographers.
Okay, I don't blame you. No, you could probably. I could see her selling like a T-shirt, especially like the young girls and or anybody, and like a caricature with you, your blonde hair, the glasses, and you'd be like a holding the ring, like in the ring with the microphone, but like a big head, like a caricature. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying? Kind of like a not. I don't like the picture like of you, but like the caricature would probably be pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
check that Manda cat, and it's Manda cat. So you get over with the people that like, oh, I like cats, or even put a cat. You know what I mean? Like how did you get that name? Where did that come from?
Um, so it's actually just like the first three letters of my last name.
Oh.
But I did it like a very, very long time ago. I did it so that people couldn't find me. But then it ended up turning into my name, and that's now how people know me. So it's kind of weird how it all ended up working out that way.
You know what? Hey, I think I've seen you on Canada's Most Wanted show.
Probably.
Reward for her.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Probably.
Violent behavior in public.
Oh no. Are you sure that ain't you?
No, I'm calling up. Wait, I'm gonna get that number. Where do you live?
It was probably my doppelganger.
No, it was you. It was definitely you. I want that $3,000. I'm telling anybody for money.
Oh
no. You trace this somehow in there.
You can't tell people I got that kind of a side to me. Come on now, that's a secret.
No, but so it's initials. No, but the T-shirt, I think she could sell.
I agree with
No,
you.
I mean, we see. I don't know what the merchandise sales are up in Canada, but down here, people buy anything. Hey, they're buying pieces of wood from a ring that's been broken.
Oh, yeah.
So
wow.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
Huh?
That's so crazy. Buying a piece of wood from the ring. That'd be a good memorabilia.
No, they buy a fork that was used in a match
for a lot of money.
For a lot of money, they buy the towel.
Wow.
Someone bought a towel on a live sale that a wrestler came out with it, and he sold it for $700 US.
My goodness!
Yeah, I know.
Well,
I have
a whole closet full of all my dresses still.
No, there's fans that though even WWF people, they'll sell their uniform, they'll sell it for like a lot of money. Some people make all the wrestlers sell their trunks, their shirts that they wear. They wear a bloody shirt in a match and then they sell it after the show.
It's
like, it's such a cool idea.
Yeah, you don't want to get too much, but the T-shirt. I think the T-shirt might be a good seller
with the
with the caricature.
I think you might have something there. I need
the money. I need a cut of the money. 10% finder's fee.
All right, I'll draw up a contract if you say so.
Gas gift cards for gas gift cards in lieu. No. I'm just saying. I think that could
it could get over.
Would you buy one?
Yeah, I would buy one.
If it was kind of like a caricature, I'd in the ring with the microphone, and then I put a cat in there.
Again, because it's man.
No, because then you get the cat fans.
Yeah. There's a lot of cat fans out there.
Yeah. So I think it would sell. What else?
That's a really good idea. Thank you. I appreciate that. I might have to steal that.
Money. Is that Larry Robinson? Is that player? Is that what was his first name? Larry Robinson? Not
This jersey?
Yeah. Is that a Montreal Canadiens?
Yeah, it's a Montreal Canadiens for Robinson.
What was the first name?
Oh.
Well, I didn't know because I used to watch hockey, like Guy Lafleur and all those guys from
As did I, but remembering names not so much.
No, I like hockey too. We like hockey. I've been to Flyers games in Philadelphia. I didn't know if you knew.
Oh
that.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was a Detroit fan.
Oh, Red Wings. The Red Wings?
The Red Wings. Yes. I was a Red Wings fan. So I don't know. My dad said as long as I wasn't a Leaf fan, he didn't care.
So Detroit is right near Windsor, Ontario, right?
Yes. It's like right across like the lake.
You can see it, right? It's actually Detroit. It goes underneath Detroit, actually.
Yeah,
it's right there. We're practically in the same area. You could see some. So people that live in Canada but are close to Detroit, they're Detroit fans. Is that how that works? Kind of like.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about down in Windsor and stuff like that. I liked it just because there was like a couple of people and stuff like that that were on the team that I kind of liked and I followed and everything. So it was just I like or Iserman and stuff. Like I liked him. I
Yeah.
watched around that time and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like little ways away.
It's hard, but you got to take a. It's hard to get in the like when you come to America. What do you need? You need a passport now, right?
Yeah. Because before we used to just use like our driver's license and we'd be able to come over. And like now even to like come for like wrestling seminars down there or like training or anything like that, like we have to have a worker's visa just to come down there.
Oh, wow.
Otherwise we get in a lot of trouble.
Oh, you mean because they can look through your? Oh yeah, if you got like 20 T-shirts and you say you're just I know
Right.
There's been stories where guys have been stuck and they couldn't get it over the border because they're honest. They're like, I'm just going to wrestling. Are you working? Yeah, I'm a wrestler. When you talk to Border Patrol, that's the one time you don't want to say that you're a wrestler. I'm a wrestler.
Right. Right.
There you aren't. You're going back.
So yeah, when I announced a couple, I think it was last year. Last year I announced for Courage Pro Wrestling. They actually have an upcoming show May 6th in Hamilton that I will be ring announcing for. They had Madman Pondo come down for a show.
Oh wow!
Oh, we know him.
Yeah. I got to meet Madman Pondo. He was so sweet. Oh my goodness! Like, he was just the sweetest guy ever. He like, cause when I go around and stuff like that, like at shows and everything, I have to meet everybody and get their information and stuff like that. So he kind of pulled me aside before I got to get his information. He kind of like pulled me aside and he's like, I've got a whole mouthful of stuff for you to say. He's like, do you have like a pen and paper? And I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, I always do. And he's like, I like that you're prepared.
Yeah, we know Pondo. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I had a whole bunch of stuff to say for him and everything. He did a really good hardcore match. Actually, Kyle was in that one.
Wow.
Yeah, he had a couple of things Pondo and him did with each other and stuff. That was really good. So, and then after the show, he came over and he thanked me, and I just said it was nice to meet him, and it was nice that I got to be able to announce him and everything, and have that as a check mark on an accomplishment almost.
Well, yeah, he's big name. He's one of the legends of hardcore wrestling. He's been to Japan. We know him like 28. He's going next month with Necro Butcher. Yeah, no, you got a good guy. What did he have you say? I'm just curious. What was this big paragraph he wanted you to talk about? Like,
I have I'm kind of a memorabilia person, so I keep everything. I have like stacks upon stacks of like all my cards and like everything, like all different information of like everybody that I've done and stuff like that. All the shows and everything I've done. Yeah. And just to also, it helps if I ever announce them again, I have that information. I don't have to bother them and stuff, but I could just be like, hey, how's it going? But yeah, no, I don't remember off the top of my head. But it was about something about him losing weight too. He was proud about losing some weight. So I had to like put in that information and stuff like that.
that's cool. Yeah.
So like off the top of my head, I can't really remember, but like, yeah, there was quite a blurb I had me wanting to say. So.
Yeah, him and the RSP were having a competition. I think they were posting it online too. So
they were losing weight.
Yeah, they were losing weight, and one had to beat the other. So I think that's what it probably was, and he probably posted it on his social media account. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think he was just really proud about that. So I was like, oh yeah, all for it. I'll do it, sure. I'm there to make them look good, right? And like when I mess up, I kick myself because like that's my only job, man. To make them look good. I'll like to keep the fans and stuff and like into it and everything, but I'm there to make them look good. So like I want to have whatever they want to say, and then I'm going to do it to my best ability.
So wait, so when you stutter or you make a little mistake, I stutter and mumble a lot, trust me. I would be always messing up. I got anxiety too. So if you do that when you're reading the card, and you like Louisville, Kentucky, like you say something wrong, what goes on? Does it throw you off, or when you leave the ring, you're like, are you so mad? You like, I can't believe I did it. What do you do, or do you blow it off?
So like when I'm there, like in the ring doing the announcing and I mess up, I kind of just keep going. Like I try not to make it a big deal. Okay. Right? Because I feel like if I don't make it a big deal, then I'm the only one that really notices, right? The other people don't notice as much. And so like it doesn't, like it's not like a big thing. But I still know that I messed up. So like when I'm done and people aren't looking at me anymore, like I'm off to kind of like the side and stuff like that, I'm like, like I'm just like, like I know I did something wrong, like. But like I try not to kick myself or beat myself up too much about it. Show goes on. But like I know then that way, like I'm like, okay, like smarten up, get your shit together.
No profanity on this show, please.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just messing with you. No, we're just.
No, it's okay.
We saw one of your interviews. We saw your interviews. I said she's going to be fun to play around, like group banter with. Well, no. So it doesn't take, but nobody else notices it usually, right? You're noticing it yourself.
No, nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless the talent calls you out, no one really says. No one ever notices it.
Yeah, like when I first started and stuff like that, and like I didn't know the proper lingo and everything. Like even to this day, there's still some things that I probably don't maybe say it the correct way, so to speak, right? Like, I don't know. I learn as I go too, and I just try not to make it a big deal. But if I do mess up, which I do, I'm only human.
No, for sure.
I just try to go with it.
Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions for us?
Well, other than the fact that, like, how long have you guys been like doing this? Like, how often do you guys do this podcasting?
It's funny. We started. I don't really watch many podcasts. I don't really, you know what I mean?
I do.
He watches a podcast. I ran my first show November 4th, 2022. And Mike came up with the idea. When we start doing these, we'll promote the show. So we started getting people. We started promoting the show while we were interviewing people, and then we just had fun doing it. People liked, when we started doing the podcast, we only had this channel only had like probably like less than 50 subscribers, and we just kept doing it. We did one with Raven Knight. That was our first one. A girl. Then we did Drake Younger. And the Drake Younger one, started getting views. And then we just, people just started saying, hey, you guys, we all do positive stories. You know what I mean?
They like us.
We're not here to say, oh, this person knows me money, or oh, this person's stiff.
Yeah. This promoter is a bad guy.
So they liked our format. So we just kept going from there. And so it was around that time. I want to say like October. Last October was when we started really doing them. And we just keep going. And if people keep watching us, giving us positive feedback, we'll keep doing it,
Yeah. We don't drag people through the gutter or nothing.
Yeah, nothing like that.
A lot of podcasts want stuff and they talk bad about. But I don't want that problem. I don't want people coming up to me and saying like, "Why you let that guy say that?" Or why they got their version is completely different from another person's version.
Exactly. I completely agree. And there's a time and place when you confront those things too. I'm sorry, but it's not a podcast.
I think a lot of the podcast. For my personal appearance, opinion, I feel like a lot of the podcast people try to get themselves over, and they won't do They won't do research on the talent. You know what I mean? We're not like that. We try to research everyone, try to bring up some important facts. I mean, I feel like talent enjoys that more than this person saying, "Oh, I'm doing," all about them.
Have you done? You've done how many interviews have you done, like with fans, like a podcast type of thing?
Maybe like 4 or 5, I think. Not too many.
And why do you think this is the best one that you've done?
I have lots of fun no matter what I do. Everybody always has fun with me.
I know. We try to have fun. We try to have fun. We try to be positive, and you know, people watching us like it. You know, I hope you had fun. And,
I did. I had so much fun. Thank you. I laughed a lot, so thank you. I appreciate that.
I hope we see you and you and Kyle down here sometime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there anything if fans want to reach out to you if they want to buy anything? You said you have 8x10s for sale. What's the best way to contact you?
So I have Facebook. I have not ventured into the Instagram. I know. I am quite in behind the times. Trust me. But I do have Facebook. It's Manda. You can find me on there, and yeah, you can PM me, and you can, if you would like to get some 8x10s, I gladly send you. I have a couple that you can choose from, or I can just surprise you.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, and maybe they'll see the podcast and be able to try. Networking. You seem like I mean, they would see her and be like, "We could work." She seems like a nice person.
Oh, absolutely.
And then, like if your boyfriend comes down to use him on the show, and you don't, like type of thing like that.
Yeah, I'd love that. That'd be the best thing in the whole world. So I appreciate all the love, and I appreciate the support, and thank you so much for having me on. I had so much fun.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. No problem.